Hello everybody. Today we are still in beautiful Thailand, still a wonderful day. It is a little bit windy actually, and the ocean is a little bit rough, so I don't know if the audio quality of this video will be good enough, but it's worth to try to figure out beyond the noise and beyond that perhaps some of my thoughts are not making sense. I'm still in the process of thinking out loud, and I'm just connecting the thoughts to provide you with something actually bigger. So it's worth it to bear with me, and you can actually just check how far the progress is right now, what I am developing for you. Go to the website www.Louvre.Academy, and there you can see how much I have already contributed to your development, and perhaps there most of my thoughts will make more sense than right now me just talking. But nevertheless, today's topic is something that I have to really prove to myself first today, because otherwise I think preaching something and doing something else is really unfair. It was today the proof for me if I'm really have the habits I'm pretending to have. Because this is actually not my first recording, because it is my second recording. The first one I had messed up with the framing. The audio was okay, but the framing was not so good. And I really have to prove to myself I am really the person who has the habit to do things right. So I had to really get my things together and come out and tell you some of my thoughts that will provide you value, despite that I have already said it before to myself, and it is costing me so much energy always to do the things twice. But nevertheless, as long as I'm providing quality and I'm proving to myself the habit of providing quality and doing the extra mile for your benefit, I am ready to do this. What we will talk about today has a really great impact on the quality of art, the future of art, and your progress in art, because it is a point that is generating, like on autopilot, every day the value for your art. In art, we are always thinking we are doing this one great thing, one great painting, and this will be the game changer. Most likely, the game changers are the things that are accumulated over a longer time. And the easiest way to accumulate such gems over a longer times are routines and habits. Because once you have a really positive habit or routine in your day's schedule, you are daily producing something that will collect to something outstanding. And in this way, you are actually producing the significant things, the outstanding. Your art heritage is so much easier when it's happening on a kind of autopilot instead of such a of one-time fighting. This is what is making the quality of your art possible over a long time. So many people don't think in terms of habits or routines when it comes down to producing art. But when you really think about the outstanding artists and you are going into their biography and their notebooks, you see what incredible habits that they have, what incredible routines they kept for years to produce outstanding art on daily basis. And this is just incredible. And in the same way, I developed a better art when I decided one time to have a habit to do things on regular basis, instead of, like going for 1 week just to Tuscany and then started my notebook with all the drawings. Instead, to draw every day, even if it's something that is perhaps not so outstanding, just capturing and just exercising, this is making the improvement of your art. And my time also in Paris, like going every day to the Louvre, doing my homework, this is really changed my art for the better. So it is really worth it to do the work and to figure out how can I develop as an artist habits that are really bringing my art forward, or even go a step back and to ask yourself, how do I have to change as a person to be able to develop habits, or not to block habits, or how could I just change my mindset that I'm allowing to learn new habits. It is a thinking process that is starting really early on, and by starting it really early on with the thoughts process, like thinking about your personality or thinking about the habits you have right now, it is not so incredible difficult to to later on introduce healthy habits for your art. We always think in habits, the word alone healthy is that habits has something to do, like, go on a diet, or quit eating sugar, and this is becoming your habit. No, actually, habits and routines are incredible important tools for artists, like his brush or the easel itself, and we should try to keep up these tools to the scratch as good as possible. Even if you are not good at having good habits, you can try it, because with this you are developing an important tool for your art. So forget the myth about habits and connecting it something with health or something that is just overwhelming. No, we are talking here in terms of artistic tools, and how important these tools are you will find out only weeks later. It is like changing the brand of the oil paints that you are using. It is not something that is immediately obvious. With time you are getting used to this better quality of oil paint, and you see how much the portraits that you are painting are changing over time. In the same way you can achieve this with routines actually, and it is easy in the beginning really to pinpoint what creative routines or habits could you change, because right now you already know, would I do this and that more often, my creativity would flourish, or would I do this and that, their skill set would get better, or would I do this and that on a regular basis. You know actually what would improve immediately, like drawing everyday faces when you are on the path to become a better portrait painter, and just writing them down can be incredibly valuable. And first, when you have written it down, then it's more beneficial to think about it. How can I actually develop the habits to achieve this? Because there comes the second part that is much more important. Once you have figured out your habits, is to ask yourself, how do I get myself into the habit? Just forget what the habit is all about, but what are the mechanics of the habit? To make it less theoretical, let's talk about a habit that perhaps is just working for you, or even an unhealthy habit that is destroying your life and you can't get it out of your daily schedule. Let's talk about watching TV. Just would you say, I have this habit of watching TV? When you really think about it, it's not just watching TV. Just imagine you have a TV screen somewhere and you would stand for some hours and just watch the TV screen. No, it is so much around it that is providing this or building this habit. There's suddenly a sofa there, and there's suddenly some comfort food like pizza and so on. And in this way, you are easing you in to make this habit happen actually. And maybe that this habit has a benefit for you, like getting distraction, or you think you are relaxing actually. But nevertheless, the process to get you distraction is eased in to some factors. And because the factors around TV watching are so easy and so comfortable, it is easy to keep up the habit. Now the same would go for your new habit you are trying to integrate. This habit has a benefit, like let's say it has the benefit of drawing faces, so you are getting better, more in line expression. This is the end goal, to have a better skill of line expression. But the process there is so uneasy for you that you are actually not able to keep up this habit, like go into a cafe, sit down, and then draw the people that are sitting in the cafe, and then you are feeling a little bit uneasy or embarrassed, and someone perhaps will ask you, what are you doing right now? And then you have to defend yourself. Whatever it is, the process of this habit is making it actually impossible to keep up this habit. So when you want to achieve something with a habit, ask yourself, okay, in which way do I work actually? What is working for me? So the process of achieving something is really easy for me. And in the beginning, it can be whatever it is necessary to keep you to the new, actually healthy process. And you can even take parts of an unhealthy habit and to think about it, how can I use this to develop actually a better habit for my art? Like when it's really the pizza and the sofa that is working for this habit of watching TV, so let's make just this sofa and this pizza possible when you are actually working on the habit of drawing faces. This is perhaps not such a good example, but I hope you are getting the meaning. To achieve a certain point, to think about it, how could I achieve this with something that is already working as a process? And in this way, it is much more easier to introduce a habit, and then you can actually work on the process of the habit to make it even more effective, or what you like. Because once you have to get into this habit, and then it is becoming a part of your daily routine, and then you can optimize it, whatever it is. But the first 21 days, it's all about keeping the habit. The same was for me with the videos. I knew that when I reach out and think out loud, some of the things will help artists with their future. And over time, when I'm keeping up this habit, it will provide so much value, and more thoughts will be collected. And I can put these thoughts together to a book or a course. And in this way, people can go to a website, like the website www.future.Louvre.Academy, and at once have a lot of value. But this value that will end up on this page would be so overwhelming for me to do. But achieving it by daily small habits will be so much easier. And in this way, we are allowing the routines provide value for others, and also for myself actually. And to think about these routines can be really beneficial for your artistic development. So ask yourself first, what routines would really boost my art? What could I do to produce better art? And then ask yourself, what would be the path? What would be the habit? And how can I make this habit easy to introduce something in my life that is just producing on its own everyday gems and everyday diamonds? And these diamonds are collected like small pearls it's producing. And with time, you can put all the pearls on a string, and there you go. You have something that is so much more and so much more beautiful. And actually when you ask yourself, you know what would bring you art and yourself more inspiration. What can I do to get in the mood to get more often inspired? For me, for example, the routine for inspiration is something like long walks on the beach right now, or watching the sunset. It is doing something to me that is changing my mind, and I'm becoming more inspired. And I know this, so all I have to do right now is to just keep up this routine. It is not working always. Sometimes when I'm watching a great sunset, suddenly I have all the strange thoughts and what I have all to do. It don't have to be always perfect, even when it's just working for like 10%. Nevertheless, over time, it is accumulating something that is so much greater than when I would try to get inspired just on one day. The same goes for expression. Think about what habits or routines would bring you more expression into your art. For me, it's again going to the Louvre and watching the expressions of other artists. It's making me brave to express myself better, and just go through a list, set up a list about all the things that would bring you art to the next level. And one of the most important habits or routines that you should think about is the thinking about your zone, the time frame where you are actually in the highest possible artistic flow. Because when we are doing art in this zone, in the flow, we are achieving the highest outcome, because our potentials has the ability to really play out. And these are the routines that are really incredible, valuable for your art. This thing, it will really change the future of your art when you find out what is bringing you more often into your zone, into your artistic flow. And you are not manipulating that zone, your artistic flow, but you are actually preparing something that is making it more likely that you will go into this zone. It can be almost everything depending on the person. There are people that really need, even artists that need even self-destructive behavior, like Van Gogh, for instance, to get in the zone. There are artists that actually are quirky, like Turner, to get in his zone. But knowing this, what will work for you getting into the zone is really a game changer. So when you have the time, sit down today and just list the things that will work. We are not about letting go the bad habits that are perhaps like smoking or overeating or whatever. Just the bad habits will actually with time just fall apart, because the good habits are needing the time of the day to be executed. So focus on the positive things that could really change your game, make you more inspired, express yourself more, change the quality of your art, and most important of all, get you more often into that zone, into your artistic flow, because with this is the game changer, and this is the most important tool of having habits and routines as a leverage to get you more often into the artistic zone and provide you with so much better art. I hope you have found this insight, these thoughts interesting. I hope you will see also the next video. Remember, when you go to www.future.Louvre.Academy, perhaps most likely you will find more and less juggled, because right now these are just my thoughts, thinking out loud, and when I'm sitting down writing, I'm actually better perhaps in getting my thoughts together. But nevertheless, writing is good, but it is making it impossible to show you this beautiful land of Thailand, and it's really so outstanding, so inspiring, and this is one of my best routines, to come out here and just let the nature do the work for me, set me on the habit of just experiencing beauty, watching this, and this habit is empowering me so much. So until the next video, see you soon, bye bye.